Happy Halloween, Nightlings. This is episode 4 of season 2 of the Horror Headquarters. Welcome in, you guys. If this is your first time listening, welcome in. My name is Hassan Shamu. I love horror with all my heart. And happy Halloween again. This is literally my favorite time of the year. This year feels a little bit different for so many different reasons, but I'm going to try to keep it as positive as possible because I love this holiday with all my heart and I have a great episode planned for you guys. Now, something I realized is I've never really talked about what my plan is usually for Halloween, like from the day that I wake up, from the day that I wake up, from the moment that I wake up to the moment that I fall asleep. I try to be as free flowed as possible, try to go with the flow in a way, but I also have a bunch of things that I really enjoy doing. So that's what today's episode is going to be about. I'm also going to give you some little teasers on the costume that I'm planning on this year. And as I'm doing this podcast episode, I want you guys to remember to stay safe and be careful if you guys are going out for Halloween. You know, if you have kids, make sure they're always next to you, make sure they're wearing bright colors. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here because you probably heard this 1,000 times from either on social media or on a radio station, but please stay safe because there are so many accidents that happen on Halloween night, especially because kids are walking in the streets, crossing sidewalks. Like, there's just a lot at stake. So please be safe, have fun, and be careful. Make sure that you're with people that you love and you trust. But let's dive right in, Nightlings. Now, I don't know if you guys are like this, but on Halloween, I take off school. I don't go to school, and this is actually my first Halloween without having any like priority or having any school to worry about, any homework that I have to get done ahead of time. So this Halloween has been super, super chill so far. And I've already done so many different things. Like I woke up super early, which is something I usually don't do. If you guys have listened to previous episodes, you would know I am not a morning bird. I am a night owl. I am the biggest night owl. That's why I call my people nightlings because I release episodes around nighttime. Now, with that being said, the reason I do wake up so early is because I have so much planned. So, when I got up today, I went downstairs and I made me some strawberry yogurt, cereal, and candy corn breakfast, which is from the film Twitches. If you guys listen to that episode, you guys would know that. I'm pretty sure I included it in there somewhere. But if not, here's me announcing that that's the first thing I do is I go make me some strawberry yogurt, cereal, and candy corn. And it's so, so yummy. The first time I did it was actually 2 years ago on 2022 and I never realized how actually good that breakfast is that Alex is getting in the film. Like, wow, I need to make this every single day. Now, don't think I use a bunch of candy corn. I don't. I just sprinkle a few pieces on top, but it's so delicious. And I make that and then I start watching Twitches. That's the first thing that I do. Now, I don't have to finish the whole thing, so I watch it up to the point where it starts to become nighttime in the film. I pause it. I enjoy the rest of the day with festivities, passing out candy, and then at the end of the night, I put it back on. I just stuttered there. Blah, blah. Today's been really weird. The energy has been super, super crazy today. We'll say the weather outside is absolutely insane. Like, it's gonna hit 70 today, but it's super, super windy. Like, I've never seen it this windy on a Halloween night. It actually gets me really excited. It gets me in that feeling for October, the first day that I actually feel like it's properly October, even though it's supposed to be a lot colder. But I'm not complaining because I don't have to wear like really crazy layers under my costume this year. I can full on just wear my costume without having to freeze. And I'm excited for my photo shoot because that's another thing that's going to be posted either today or tomorrow. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Completely sidetracked there, but going back to the topic of the story, I really do enjoy all the festivities that come with Halloween. I have a bunch of candy corn at my desk right now that I love enjoying, just snacking on. I also do my own makeup for Halloween, like special effects makeup, using a bunch of different palettes and makeup and making sure I'm using primer and all the little things. And the reason I know so much about it is because of Halloween, because of the horror aspect behind it, as well as having done so many films and using stage makeup on stage. Just started there again, if you guys have not noticed. But I've really enjoyed that kind of aspect. I've learned a lot through it, and honestly, I'm excited to see the makeup look I do today. One thing to know about me, I either do a test run the day before or I just go for it. This year I'm going for it. I did not have no time to do a test run. Like I had time to like, do a 2 minute test run and then I had to go do something. That's how busy my life has been. But regardless, I have a plan. I'm really excited for it. I know it's gonna turn out great, and I can't wait for you guys to see the costume. It's very, very unique. It also has multiple meanings behind it, but I'm gonna try to leave that up for you guys to figure out. So this costume is very versatile and complex in a way, but it's unique. So it's something that I thought of last year. That's another thing to know about me. Fun fact, I know what I'm gonna be dressing up as the next year on the night of Halloween. So every night on Halloween, as soon as we're finished passing out candy, I immediately know next year what I want to do. And I haven't really got the idea yet, so it just comes naturally to me. It probably is the spirits because, as you guys know, the dead can walk freely on Halloween. Now, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, that's just a bunch of BS." I'm like, "No, I believe it. I think the dead can walk freely. I think that portal does open. Yes, it's a myth, but I think it does, and I really enjoy the aspect of accepting. I'm like, you know what? Fine. I mean, I'm a witch, I'm a wizard, I don't care. Let me know what you guys do for Halloween because I'm really curious to see what other people do, like if they end up going to work. If you go to work on Halloween, you guys are crazy. You guys don't enjoy the holiday. I'm just joking. Obviously, everyone has priorities, everyone has work to do. I'm grateful to not be able to worry about any of that right now. I can just enjoy this holiday. I am excited to get back to work though and start doing stuff. Now, some question that I've been receiving a bunch is when is Visions going to be released? Now, again, it's Halloween. I wanted to release it today, actually. I'm still contemplating it. It might be released tonight. I'm still unsure. I definitely want to get it out there for you guys to watch it ASAP, but just so much going on around the world and it's affecting my family personally. Just a lot of horrors happening in the Middle East, and it's directly affecting us and I'm just trying to take it one step at a time and trying to be as mindful as possible, even though obviously there's no perfect time to release it. But that's why there's been a delay if you guys have not seen my story on my Instagram. But regardless, the episode, or excuse me, the series, oh my god, I can't speak. The movie will be out soon, I hope. I've already submitted it to film festivals. People are loving it, which makes me so happy and it makes me really excited to release it to you guys. The anticipation is building, so get ready for it. It is very, very windy outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it because I do have a pretty good mic, but the wind is insane today and I can't get over it. I've also already seen two black cats. Just want to bring that up. But now I want to talk about something that happened last night at 2 a.m. in the morning that scared the bejeebers out of me. So I was sitting in my sunroom, just on my phone, making a quick video before I went to sleep. Because, like I told you, Halloween is really weird. Like, my body's awake for the full 24 hours, or it wants to be. Obviously, I got like 6 hours of sleep, but it wants to be awake the full day. I'm sitting in my sunroom, the windows are open, and I kid you not, I start hearing footsteps behind me. And now, don't think I immediately thought it was a person. I'm like, okay, it's probably a squirrel or a deer because we live in the woods. And then the footsteps stopped as soon as it was like next to my window because it was distant and then it kept getting closer and closer and closer and then it stopped. And all I start hearing is breathing. I'm not kidding right now. I'm not joking with you guys. I'm not trying to freak you out. I hear very gentle breathing. I froze. I'm telling you, I was as stiff as a freaking mannequin. I was too afraid to turn around because I was afraid I was going to turn around and see something looking directly at me. So I just slowly got up. I did not look back and I booked it from my room. I like turned off the lights and I went upstairs. I'm like, nope, not today. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna enjoy today. I love Halloween. Nothing's gonna ruin this for me. I still don't know what it was because I'm telling you, the footsteps stopped. And they stopped for a good 5 minutes. Like, there was no movement and I wanted to check outside, but I was too scared. Now, yes, it could be a squirrel, it could be a deer, but it's so weird. And like, my head is immediately thinking the dead can walk freely. It's probably a spirit, it's probably a ghost. I don't know. Yeah, I sound like a crazy maniac, but you know what? It's Halloween. I don't care. Halloween is every single day. That's another thing. And December 25th, I'm going to be celebrating Halloween. But who knows? I think that's one for the history books. I don't know if we'll ever find out what that was, if there was actually someone behind me in the woods. I have no clue. But I'm telling you, the footsteps stopping, that was the creepiest part because they stopped as they got closer to the window that I was sitting next to. Why? 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 Like, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, that's one really creepy thing that happened last night. But back to today. So, another thing that I really enjoy doing around Halloween is watching horror films, of course. I love getting a bunch of candy at the store, sitting at home, and just watching horror films. And now I don't know exactly what films I'm going to be watching today, but I do know I'm definitely going to be finishing Twitches, as I stated. I'm going to be watching a Charlie Brown Halloween, or it's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown with my mom, because that's another tradition we have. Because at the end of that film, he says, well, another Halloween has come and gone. I'm like, no, and I get so upset when I hear that. It's like the saddest part, but very, very iconic film that I've been watching since I was a kid. It's only like 15 minutes too. It's super, super short. So if you guys want to watch it, it's, I believe, on Apple TV and it's for free. So you can just search it up and watch it. If not, you could probably find it on YouTube. Now, unfortunately, this month I haven't been able to watch all the horror films that I've been wanting to because of all the stuff and atrocities that have been happening in Lebanon and Palestine and Syria and Congo, like all these countries that are suffering. So I am planning on turning November into October, if that makes any sense. I'm planning on doing a full binge in November of horror films that I've been putting off because really this year the horror is real. I'm sorry, it really is. There's just so much suffering happening, and like I said, I'm trying to be as positive as possible, but it's just that weight of knowing all these stuff that are going on and it's out of your control and you're trying to keep it together. But regardless, I'm trying to stay positive, trying to stay optimistic about the future, hoping for peace. That's one thing I want to stress is peace, guys. Please, 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 peace and love for everyone. I don't care what religion you are, I don't care where you're from. Peace and love defeat hate and darkness. I didn't even get to do a Coraline episode. I just realized that right now. I've been wanting to do a Coraline episode so badly because I love that film with every fiber of my being. That'll probably be coming out in November, due to all the delay because of all the episodes, like the way they've been executed. But I will say I'm happy that I got the Twitches episode out and I got it out on the anniversary of the film, the 19-year anniversary. 19 years. Next year it's going to be 20 years since its release. That's mind-boggling. And I'm hoping by next year we get an announcement for Twitches 3. That is my hope and dream and aspiration. Now, of course, other stuff that I love to do on Halloween is watch YouTube videos about trick-or-treaters, like passing out candy and scaring people. There's one video in particular, I've been watching it since like 2016. Every year on Halloween, it's just of some guy, he put a camera outside and he's scaring people that come up. I just find it to be very nostalgic. It reminds me of my childhood. I also watch Scary Godmother #1 and #2, hopefully. That's what I'm planning to do. As I'm putting on my makeup and getting ready for the night, I'm going to be putting Scary Godmother on as I'm doing that. That's just another tradition that I love. If you guys have not listened to the Scary Godmother episode, it is on the podcast in season 1. It's just go back to October. You guys are going to find it. I believe I released it October 25th. Such a phenomenal film. We need a #3 of that one as well. Do you guys remember when you were kids and you would go trick or treating and there would always be that one house that would pass out toothbrushes? Don't be that person today. Do not be that person today. Because we all know those other houses that pass out large candy bars and chips and popcorn, all those little fun goodies. That's the best thing. And it's so much fun. We're going to be playing music at our house, like really creepy music. I'm really excited. Like we get big speakers, we put on a projector on our garage, and we just have a lot of fun. And we try to make the day as festive and lively as possible. I also have for dessert tonight, I bought a Halloween chocolate cheesecake that's pumpkin. So excited to try it, you guys. You have no idea the anticipation because I purchased this maybe 3, 4 days ago and it's in the freezer. And I'm waiting for tonight. I'm going to pop it open like champagne and I'm going to be watching horror films the rest of the night. I don't care what time I go to sleep today because I want to enjoy tonight as much as possible, as much as humanly possible. That is my goal. Now, of course, I love passing out candy. It's definitely something that's turned into a joy because I used to always go trick-or-treating. I never wanted to pass out candy. I'm like, that's so boring. But doing it now as an adult, it's so much fun. And let me just say, if you're over 18, you can still go trick-or-treating because I saw literally a 35-year-old. They were older than me. and they were trick-or-treating. And no, not for their kids, not for their dog. They themselves were trick-or-treating. There is no age of trick-or-treating. I'm not gonna turn anyone away, and please do not turn anyone away if they are over age. I don't know if you guys are listening to this tomorrow or next year or in 5 years, 10 years. Do not turn someone away if they're trick-or-treating and they're a little bit older because they're choosing that over doing like really other horrible things, drinking all night and just doing really bad stuff. Not to say there's anything wrong with drinking, but there's this is a better alternative for them, and they're trying to have fun. They're trying to be a kid, so don't destroy that joy. Because when I was 13, someone destroyed that joy for me, and they said I was too old to trick or treat, and it put me in the biggest damper for the rest of the day. Can you believe that? 13 years old. I think it's because of my height, because I did have a really big growth spurt at 13. A lot of things happened at 13. I came obsessed with horror at 13. I got a growth spurt at 13. Like a lot of weird things were happening. But last time, don't be that person. I personally wish that Halloween was all month long and that we can go trick or treating every single day. And the reason I bring that up is because there's actually one house. It's not in my neighborhood, but I saw it on TikTok and I've also passed by it because it is in Michigan. And oh my God, there's some guy with a clipboard coming up to my house right now. Go away. This just reminded me of a situation I had when I was younger and I knocked on someone's door and their porch light wasn't on, and I didn't know you weren't supposed to knock on someone's door if their porch light wasn't on. I had no idea. I think this is like my second time trick or treating. My parents like weren't with me, like they were in the distant, but I was with like family, like I was with six of my cousins, the oldest one being 18. So don't think I was doing it by myself. And I went and knocked, and we're just waiting, and this rude freaking lady comes out and says, "Do you see how the light is not on? That means I'm not passing out candy. Please go away." And she slammed the door in my face, and I just remember almost on the verge of crying because I was like 8 or 9 years old. I was so young, and I'm like, this lady just freaked out at me. Like, what's going on? So yeah, that brings back a lot of nostalgia because we actually have someone on our block that's exactly like that. I call her the Wicked Witch of the West. I don't care because she's so rude. I try to be nice. I try to be respectful and kind to her, and she just always gives me like a really mean look. She does it to everyone on the block. I call her the Wicked Witch of the West. Anyways, moral of the story, don't knock on someone's door if their porch light is off. I love this. I'm giving you guys so many pointers on Halloween if you guys are trick-or-treating for the first time. I mean, not that freaking kids listen to my podcast. I think only like 5% of people are 0 to 17, and I think the majority are 18 to like 24. So if you're over 18 years old and this is your first time trick-or-treating, just don't knock on someone's door if their porch light is off. Man, I love this weather. It's so windy outside and it gets so strong. Also, the sky is so like plain, like there's no clouds and it looks dark and white at the same time. Just very contrast of color. It's giving Halloween vibes. This is like one of the first years that I'm feeling Halloween vibes from the weather itself. Now, I don't know if that's a situation where any of you guys are, but from where I am, I'm definitely getting a lot of Halloween vibes right now. All right, I gotta wrap this up because I gotta start putting on my makeup and getting ready. So let me end with a couple more things. I've probably already mentioned it before, but I eat like crazy on Halloween, and I love the day after Halloween, November 1st, because all the candy is half off at the stores. I go buy it in bulk and I come home and I eat it all. Now, a lot of you guys might think that's unhealthy. I just do that once a year. You know what? It's Halloween, it's my favorite time of the year, and I'm gonna do it regardless. Also, I would try going to some local like restaurants around you, like fast food restaurants, and seeing if they give you guys anything for Halloween because a lot of places do give out free stuff. When I was a kid, I would go to like donut places and all these other fast food chains, and I would get free stuff. Like I got to pick my own free donut one time at a Donutville, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. There also might be some stores or like places around you that are having specials. I would just look into it and see if anyone's doing anything in particular for Halloween. Lastly, my dream is to watch every single horror film in existence on Halloween night. It's impossible. I wish Halloween was 10,000 hours because I could spend that long, even more, celebrating it because it's so much fun. And if I could watch Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus and Twitches and Terrifier, which I've actually just started, which is wow, it's very gory, but I don't know about it. It and Us, all these horror films, The Nun, The Conjuring, Annabelle, all these iconic horror films, Insidious, to be able to sit down and watch them all on binge at night. That's a dream. I love it. And all right, I think that about wraps it up. I am wearing my horror headquarters swag. Still working on that. I'm so sorry there's been such a delay in it. I promise you it is on the top of my list. I'm trying to get it done. Also still working on the design. So that'll be out super, super soon. I'm hoping. Also so many other episodes planned. A lot of cool things coming up. I also have not talked about my second trip to Salem. Or excuse me, third trip? Third trip to Salem. I actually went to Salem again in September, and I didn't tell you guys. And I still haven't made an episode on it. There is so much to talk about for Salem, and I'm excited to do an episode on that one. So keep an eye out for that. There's gonna be more horror film reviews coming out in November, of course. I mean, this is a horror podcast, but specifically about Halloween. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be doing an episode on Coraline. I probably want to do another one on Twitches, a part two, talking about the second film. And then hopefully by then I'll be able to discuss with you Visions, which is the short film that I'm going to be releasing super soon. The soundtrack, the acting, the makeup, the setting, the aspect of it all, the movies that I gained inspiration from to create it. Just that whole process, and I'm excited to do kind of a deep dive on that short film. But again, please enjoy today, have fun, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe. I cannot say that enough. Please be protective of your kids, of yourself. Know your limits, know your boundaries, and stay away from strangers. I hope you all have a lovely Halloween. I'm wishing you guys all the best. Make sure you guys are following and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You guys can rate us simply by going to the About section on Spotify or even scrolling all the way down to our podcast page on Apple Podcasts, and you guys can give us a 5-star rating. That would mean so much to me. Make sure to share this episode with anyone that loves Halloween, who's curious about Halloween, and let me know. Sound off below what you guys do traditionally for Halloween. Do you guys watch horror films all night? Do you guys go to Halloween parties? Do you guys go trick or treating? Do you guys just stay at home, do nothing? Do you guys just go to work? Like, do you guys just ignore it altogether? Let me know. Sound off below. I'm curious to know what you guys' routine is because I've just shared mine. I would love to learn about yours. Once again, thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys made it this far, I truly appreciate it. I'm excited to see what happens tonight, and I will update you guys on any creepy or unusual things that may occur. This wind is insane. Like, it's super insane. It's giving me a lot of signals. But, whoa, wow, it's getting really strong. Wow. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't think you guys could. It is insanely, insanely strong right now. Yeah, I'll update you guys on anything that occurs tonight. But until next time, tread very lightly and pray for forgiveness. Midnight hour is approaching.